Hello, my name is Nancy Best Henderson, and this is the video regarding KISA. I sat down with my principal this last week to discuss KISA, and it was determined that it's hard to say if we are a model institution as far as our building goes for KISA. We are probably in our third year. However, my principal stated that it has really been left in the district's hands to work on KISA, and we as a building are just making sure that our action plan, our school action plan, aligns with the KISA goals. The focus he thought was going to be on rigor, but again, he said that there hasn't been much talk about KISA in the last year or two. So we're not really sure what's going on with KISA, and we're just making sure that our school action plan has goals, and our school improvement plan is always working to align with the goals of rigor and building relationships. Those were our two focus areas. And so the relationship component of KISA aligns with our goal of decreasing office referrals and a 5% decrease in disciplinary hearings. And one of the action steps that we've talked about that we were taking at our school would be to integrate the second step curriculum, which is a curriculum that improves on values and discusses how students should, how they should address problems. And so that's one way we are working towards that goal. Secondly, we have restorative practices that we are using at Hamilton, where if a student gets in trouble with a particular teacher, they have a meeting set up with the principal and the counselor and the teacher to discuss how their behavior impacted others. And so that's been pretty effective with relationship building at our school. Secondly, to address the KISA goal of rigor, we have implemented targeted interventions for fluency, phonics, and comprehension in the areas of reading. And to monitor that, we use progress monitoring. And the action steps we've taken is that in our schedule, it is specific classes for those areas. And so the curriculum we have right now, I think personally should be improved to target those goals. That would be one step I would take, would be to improve our curriculum for language arts. There are some pilot programs that data supports are effective, and so I believe we might change to those next year, but I would definitely support that. In addition to that, I believe we should have a blocked schedule in order to improve relationships and rigor, because then teachers would see about 75 to 85 students per day rather than 135 students per day, and thus it would make it much more effective to focus on each student as a whole rather than seeing all of these different students and not really knowing what's going on with them academically. And that would address the PSEL standards of PSL Standard 4, curriculum instruction assessment. Leaders develop and support rigorous and coherent systems of curriculum instruction and assessment to promote each student's success. Also, Standard 5, educational leaders cultivate an inclusive, caring, and supportive school community to promote success. And Standard 9, leaders manage school operations and resources to promote each student's success and well-being. As far as my principal's leadership style, he stated that he believed he was a situational leader, and I would agree with that. I think that he uses his leadership team well, and makes decisions based on data. It really depends upon the situation whether or not he makes those final decisions, or if he lets his team kind of help and gather data and then have a say in what happens. So typically, he stated also that he has a weakness of relationships, and so he makes sure his team members are good at building relationships with staff, and knowing that that he cares about them is not enough, but that that he sets up those support systems to be an effective leader. So thank you for watching.